Oh, we. Okay. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear respected brothers and sisters. Jazakumullah khairan for joining us on this Wednesday evening here in the UK. Before I proceed, I just want to confirm that you can hear and see me all okay, inshallah. Just a thumbs up in the chat is sufficient, inshallah. I'll just enable the chat 1 second. Confirmation that you can see and hear me. Okay, alhamdulillah, we have a confirmation. Jazakumullah khairan. Brothers and sisters, I appreciate you joining on time. We'll give it just a couple of minutes, inshallah, for the remaining attendees to join. So you do have time to grab a pen or paper, or if you need to charge your device or grab a quick refreshment or a drink, you have a couple of minutes, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum to those who have just joined. Welcome to this very important webinar taking place today. We are just awaiting the remaining attendees to join, inshallah ta'ala. So please bear with us for another minute or so before we begin, inshallah. We appreciate your patience. Jazakumullah khairan, barakallahu feekum. Okay, let us begin, inshallah. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear respected brothers and sisters. Welcome to what is going to be a very important and informative webinar on this year's Hajj. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us what is best and make our Hajj booking process easy. Amin ya Rabbal Alameen. And put barakah in all of our gatherings that we have. Amin ya Rabb. Today's webinar will be covering mainly packages, which I'm sure you're all very excited to hear about, inshallah ta'ala, and also the eWallet, inshallah ta'ala. And just a reminder of who we are, inshallah. For today's webinar, you have the team from Rawaf here. You have my Sheikh Farid Haybatan, you have Brother Yunus Abdullah, and myself, Zubair Kamal. Sheikh Farid Haybatan is the religious guide for the Rawaf group or guide code 5737. And Sheikh Farid, mashallah tabarakallah, has been going to Hajj for many years, mashallah tabarakallah, as he mentioned in the last webinar. And we are very honored and blessed to have such an experienced guide with us to take us to the blessed land in this year, 2026, inshallah ta'ala. We have also Brother Yunus Abdullah, who has also been involved in the Hajj and Umrah industry for many years, maybe 20 plus years. So his valuable experience is going to be priceless throughout the journey. And you have myself, who is also part of the team, alhamdulillah. The agenda for today, before we go on, we want to just remind ourselves who Rawaf are and why we are partnering with Rawaf this year, inshallah ta'ala. Rawaf, mashallah tabarakallah, was awarded to be the number one service provider in last year's Hajj 2025 by the Ministry of Hajj, mashallah tabarakallah. And as a result, have been awarded the highest allocation of Hajj places for this year, 2026, which goes to show how efficient they are as a Hajj provider and the trust that has been placed within them by the Ministry of Hajj, mashallah, tabarakallah. They have over 50 years of experience in the serving of the Hujjaj, and it's run in their family through generation and generation. And as Brother Yunus mentioned in the last webinar, he himself has had the pleasure of working with them for more than 20 years and has only good things to say about Rawaf, mashallah, tabarakallah. The team here are here to provide 24/7 support for any questions that you may have, any issues that you may have throughout the whole booking system, and not even just booking, but also whilst you're performing the Hajj from the moment you leave the UK all the way to when you return to the UK, inshallah ta'ala. We have a range of packages which have numerous options with selected hotels, which we will go into in detail throughout the webinar, inshallah ta'ala. And as I mentioned earlier, we're very blessed to have Sheikh Farid Haybatan as a religious guide, who will be there from the very beginning to the end throughout the packages that we will be supporting. And in addition to Sheikh Farid Haybatan, we'll also have access to other scholars as well, inshallah ta'ala. And on the subject of Sheikh Farid Haybatan, I would like to pass on the mic to Sheikh Farid Haybatan to give a short reminder. And for those that maybe are not familiar with the Sheikh, mashallah tabarakallah, as I mentioned earlier, Sheikh Farid has gone to Hajj on many occasions, mashallah tabarakallah. And in addition to being an experienced Hajj guide, the Sheikh is a senior advisor at the Islamic Council and also an international trainer in personal development, teamwork, etc. So without further delay, I will pass it on to Sheikh Farid to begin. Sheikh.
جزاك الله خيرا زبيرة. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters. MashaAllah. Good to be with you all. Alhamdulillah. Subhanallah. May Allah Jalla bless you all for showing up to a session like this. Because, just the desire for wanting Hajj is not everybody. So it is a type of ribat. It is a type of maintaining the front lines. The Prophet ﷺ said, the one who is waiting for Salah, it is as if in Salah. So the one who's taking the time to see what they can do to get for the Hajj, inshallah Jalala will shower his kindness upon them. So Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wa salatu wassalamu ala Rasulina al-Kareem. Imagine, brothers and sisters, if you were told tonight, you got 24 hours to leave for Hajj. What would happen inside your heart? And that's what I want to speak about. Okay. Would it feel like relief? Would it feel like fear? Would it feel like finally? Or would it feel like, am I ready to meet Allah like this? Yeah, so many of us are carrying a strange mixture right now. And it's perfectly normal, although I say strange. Hope, excitement, longing, and the anxiety, right? You're watching, you've got the packages that have been released. You're hearing first come, first served. You're thinking about timing, queues, websites, prices, availability, and beyond all of that is a question you may not even say out loud. Is it going to be me this year? Because if Hajj becomes only a race to secure a booking, then even if you reach Makkah, you may arrive with a heart still clenched, not open. So what I want to do with these few minutes, inshallah, is just try and reframe this entire, I'm going to call it season. It's as if we're in the Mosim of Hajj. Months away, Ramadan, subhanAllah, is the month. May Allah Jalla allow us to meet it and get the most from it. But still, it's as if we're in the season of Hajj because we need to, do what we can to try and secure a place for it, inshallah. So I want to share a narration in full and take some sort of benefits from it. It's narrated that the Buhaim al-Ijli is a scholar of old. He traveled with a wealthy merchant on the journey for Hajj. And when the day came for them to set out, Buhaim began to weep, so much so that his tears fell onto his chest. And he said, this journey has reminded me of the journey to Allah. Then his voice rose with sobbing and crying. And his merchant companion, who's going to go with him, disliked this behavior from him. And he feared that his journey would be spoiled by Buhaim's excessive weeping. He was known for that. So when they returned from Hajj, the man who had introduced them to one another came to greet them. And he began with the merchant, gave him salam, and asked him about how things had been with Buhaim. And the merchant said, by Allah, I never thought there could be someone like this in Buhaim amongst people. By Allah, he would go out of his way to spend on me while he was poor and I was wealthy. And he would go out of his way to serve me while he was a weak old man and I was a young man. And he would cook for me while he was fasting and I was eating. Then the man left the merchant and entered upon Buhaim, and he gave him salam and said to him the same questions. How did you find your companion? So Buhaim replied by saying, a wonderful companion, abundant in the remembrance of Allah, long in reciting the Quran, lengthy periods, quick to tears, and tolerant of the slip-ups of his traveling companion, yani himself. And then he said to the person who introduced them together, may Allah reward you on my behalf with goodness. It's quite an amazing narration, yeah. But what I want you to hold on to is that it's not just a story from another age. There's something that speaks to the exact moment many of you are in right now. Because notice something, this wasn't a man crying in front of the Kaaba, how the story begins. It wasn't a man crying in Arafah. This wasn't a man crying after completing the rites. He cried before he even left. He cried at the thought of setting out. And he didn't say, I'm worried about the hardship. I'm worried about the crowds. I'm worried about the journey. He said, this journey has reminded me of the journey to Allah. Meaning the journey itself, leaving home, leaving routine, stepping into uncertainty, depending on others, being exposed, not being in control. All of that reminded him of the ultimate departure. Now, here's what I want to say to you, and I want to say it in a way because I hope you can, it embodies what you're carrying right now. In our time, we're thinking that Hajj begins with my booking is confirmed. That's how we're trained now, by systems, by processes, by scarcity, by deadlines, by websites, by packages, by queues. But the narration is teaching something else. It's teaching you that Hajj begins earlier than that. Hajj begins when Allah places the journey in your heart, even before He places it in your passport. And that means something for you. Because many of you are already in a kind of emotional ihram. You haven't worn the garments yet. You haven't boarded a plane yet. You may not even have confirmed a place yet. But look at what is happening inside of you. Your longing has increased, inshallah. Your control has been challenged. Your dependence is becoming clearer. Your heart is already being tested. And that's not a distraction from Hajj. That's the beginning of it. So look at that merchant's feelings, because it's important too. The merchant disliked Buhaim's crying. He feared it would ruin his journey. Sometimes we are like that. Not necessarily with other people, but with ourselves. We don't like the emotions that come out when we're not in control. We don't like what waiting reveals. We don't like what uncertainty exposes. We want a clean spiritual life, clear outcomes, predictable timelines, confirmed plans, smooth experiences. But Hajj is not designed like that. Even when you do get a place, inshallah, Hajj will still take you through moments where you feel, I can't control this. I can't manage this. I don't know what will happen next. I have to surrender. It's a lesson from beginning to end on a taslim before Allah, on submission before Him, surrendering to Him as a slave. So Allah Jalala, out of His mercy, sometimes begins that training early before you even go. And the point is, don't be unmindful of that. It's already a training that has begun. I'm not trying to romanticize anxiety, by the way, brothers and sisters. It can exhaust the person. It can disturb sleep. It can disturb the heart, disturb family life. But what I'm saying is that if you're in this season and you're feeling like this, that doesn't mean you're failing spiritually. Yeah, it may mean the journey has begun doing its work on you. So be mindful and reflective of that. And then look at Buhaim himself. He looks like a burden. He's crying, he's emotional, he's disturbing the mood. The merchant looks like the easy companion, stable, wealthy, composed. But when the journey ends, the reality is revealed. The man who seemed emotionally heavy was actually the one carrying the journey, spending even though he was poor, serving even though he was weak and older, cooking even while fasting, giving comfort while being in discomfort. Unbelievable. So many lessons in that. So, what I'm trying to say here is not just about whether you reach Makkah, brothers and sisters. It's about who you become while moving towards Allah Jalla. And you can become that person now, even before any booking. You know, Buhaim cried because the journey reminded him of the journey to Allah. So ask yourself, yeah, in any private moment, ask yourself, what is this waiting reminding me of? You know, is it reminding you that you're not in control? Good, that is true. And Hajj is built on living that truth. Is it reminding you that when Allah opens a door, no one can close it? And when He closes it, no one can force it? Good as well. That is true. And Hajj is built on living that truth as well. Is He reminding you that you can plan, but you cannot guarantee? Hajj is built on that truth. So instead of letting that uncertainty create only agitation, let it create a deep surrender. Say to Allah in your own words, "Oh Allah, I am trying. I am taking the means. I will do what I can, but I cannot open what only you open. I cannot open what only you open. So open it for me. You Al-Fattah. If it is good for me, and if it is not, then make my heart pleased with your choice." So much many more lessons we can take from just this one story. It's quite amazing. I don't want to overwhelm you, but just the point is be in the moment in a positive way and think that your journey has already started. And it's about the journey to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it continues, regardless of what happens technically, whether you get that visa or not. The journey to Allah Jalala is ongoing, and use these moments and the situation you're in to inspire you to connect and not be heedless of what Allah is training you upon right now. Okay, so may Allah Jalala bring about ease for everyone. May Allah Jalala allow us to be connected to Him in this way, and may Allah Jalala, make you amongst the chosen. But the system chooses who clicks first. Allah is the one who chooses who is drawn close, and that's open for anyone and everyone at any time. So Allah Jalla bring about khair for us all. هذا وصلى على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.
Jazakumullah khairan, Sheikh. Barakallahu feekum. Really appreciate your time, and I benefit immensely from that. And we look forward to benefiting from you immensely throughout this whole journey, all the way to the days of Hajj and upon return, inshallah ta'ala. I just want to now move on to the next phase. Brother Yunus, did you want to come in now or later? Just want to confirm. You're on mute, by the way.
Yes, inshallah.
Okay. Okay, Bismillah. Just want to, Brother Yunus, just wanted to speak briefly about Rawaf again. To share the slide on that. Give me 1 second. Bismillah, Brother Yunus, go ahead, inshallah.
One of the common questions that comes up to us, on a daily basis almost is why we're choosing to go with Rawaf. And subhanAllah, when you listen to, or why should a person pick Rawaf as their main provider? And when you listen to the reminder that was just given by Sheikh Fareed, I think it's critical just to understand that, see, Hajj, many people go to Hajj, maybe up to, 2 million or 3 million people will go to Hajj. But what's important is that journey is filled with uh, uh, things that make your opportunity of acceptance of Hajj and that are filled with opportunities to make sure that you grow through the Hajj so that you come back different from your Hajj. It's like what you want to get out of your Hajj at the end, basically. And this is, one of the critical elements. And with Rawaf, you see all the points that are listed. See, they increase not only your chances of getting into the Hajj because they've been allocated one of the largest allocation of packages this year on the Nusuk system, and not only have they been awarded that place of one of the best provider for 2025. But also the experience that they bring and what they want people to get from their Hajj aligns with what we want to get, what we want people to get from their Hajj. And this is, I think, is a critical point. That it's not about the money, it's not about like a business perspective, but no, they want to treat us like a family. We want to be like a one family that go together, achieve the main goals that we want to get from Hajj, and come back in this way, basically. And the support you get from the guides that go with them, from the religious guides that go with them, and from the Saudi team that are there is actually, mashallah, tabarakallah, actually very, very strong, lot of experience, and all of them aligned with that one of people completing the Hajj in the best way, using the best, maximizing their chance and opportunity to make the most out of Hajj, basically. That was the.
Jazakumullah khairan, brother. I really appreciate that valuable input that you have given. Brothers and sisters, we will now continue. And just as a recap as to where we are right now in terms of the booking process. So, inshallah, we hope that by now, most of you have created your account on Nusuk. You have uploaded your documents, meaning your photo, your passport page photo. You have then filled up your application with all of the relevant information that's been requested. For example, your address, your resident status, your passport number, for example, and then submitted your application for verification. Now, we know sometimes this may entail some back and forth with the Nusuk team. Even I myself had some issues with the photo, like many of you. But rest assured, the verification process is quite smooth and quick now. In fact, just yesterday I submitted another photo. Alhamdulillah, within 24 hours, my profile was verified. So please, if your account is still yet to be verified, and you're encountering issues, you're not the only one, and don't let it cause any anxiety or worry. Just follow the steps. And again, we are here to support you should you have any issues. Once your account has been verified, shall I say, you are then presented with the option to select your preferred category, which is standard, premium, or luxury. But again, you can also change this at a later stage. You will then have an opportunity to top up your eWallet, which we will go through very shortly, inshallah ta'ala, and also browse your service provider. And one of the most important steps is then actually selecting the package that you'd like to book, which we will go through right now. So we hope, inshallah, that as many of us will be by stage 8 at this stage. But again, if you have any issues, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, inshallah ta'ala. I would like to bring Brother Yunus back in to now go over the packages that we will be supporting for this year's Hajj 2026, inshallah.
Jazakallah khair. Do I have control of the slides, or are you gonna?
Yes, you do now.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Okay, so Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala Sayyidina Rasulillah. Jazakumullah khairan again, Zubair, and to Sheikh Farid, and for all of you for being here today. And as we get closer, subhanAllah, it gets more exciting. I think last time we spoke, or we had our last webinar, the packages hadn't been uploaded onto Nusuk at that stage, or they were just starting to be uploaded. And alhamdulillah, now we've got our packages on Nusuk, and soon it will be time for the actual booking stage. I think they're assuming it's going to be around the 4th of February. It seems like it's going to be around that date, 3rd, 4th of February in them. Alhamdulillah, the time is getting closer and the excitement's building. May Allah allow us all to be accepted for Hajj this year, and to allow us to complete that Hajj in the best way and to come back with an accepted Hajj. When we're considering packages, so there's a number of things that you need to look at when you're considering packages. And what we'll do is today we'll just give an overview of the packages, and then maybe next week's webinar we'll actually go through each package in much more detail, just to give an understanding where the different hotels are and different pros and cons of the different packages, so that you get a better understanding. But today our job is to just give you an overview, and then I think Zubair is going to be running through demonstration on how to do the eWallet top up the eWallet and how to configure your package so that you've got that idea. And you can also start looking at some of the packages and working out which one is the right one for you. When you are looking for the packages, there's a number of considerations. The first consideration is obviously the price and the type of package that you're looking for. How much is your budget? Obviously, the different types of packages, you have three main types of packages: standard, premium, or luxury. That's the three kind of categories of packages. Standard obviously is the most affordable, the cheapest kind of packages. Normally 3-star hotels, 3, 4-star hotels. Then you have a premium package, which is normally 4 to 5-star hotels. And then you have luxury packages, which normally consist of 5-star hotels, which are normally closest to the haram, and allow you to maximize the time near the haram, basically. Obviously, the budgets go up. So for the standard, you're looking at, around the £6,000 mark. For the premium, around the £7,000 mark, and for the luxury, close to the £9,000 mark is what you're normally looking at. But they differ with the number of days and type of package that you've chosen. So the first thing is just to consider, what's my budget? How much am I, able to spend to complete the Hajj? When you consider now, one of the things that what we did is when we're looking at the packages that we want to support, or the packages that we want to, make sure that to give guidance on, we try to look at, okay, how do we maximize the opportunity for people to learn and to maximize the benefit of their Hajj, basically. So you might pick a package which has lesser hotels, but it's easier for you to get in and out of them hotels. You might pick a package which has hotels which are a bit further from the haram, but they allow you to, for example, give lectures in the hotel while other packages which are very close to the haram won't allow you to give lectures. There might be packages where, for example, the hotels are actually closer to Mina and allows you easy access during the days of Hajj. So that's why it's quite important that when you're looking at this, it's not just looking at from one angle that, oh, I want 5-star. In Hajj, people will tell you nothing feels like 5-star, nothing feels like 4-star. You've got 2 to 3 million people in the same city at the same time, and a very small city, basically. Which is built around mountains. So the premium feel or the luxury feel actually during them days is not the same. But at the same time, we understand that some people are looking to have some level of standard and some level of comfort during the journey, just to make the journey a bit easier. The second thing that you look at is the length of the package. So Rawaf actually have got packages which start from 9 days and go all the way up to 19 or 20 days, in length. So again, it depends on your personal circumstances, childcare, have you got holidays from work, etc., that you need to take. There's two sides of this coin. One is, considerations such as the ones I've mentioned, but also you're spending a lot of money. Do you want to maximize your time out there? Make sure that you've, benefited fully from the journey that you're about to undertake. So again, just some things to think about, some things to consider while you're taking the journey. The third element, and I actually believe this is, from the years that we've been on Hajj, probably the most important element is the support and the guidance that you're going to receive throughout your package, basically. Who's going to be supporting you? What kind of support will they provide you? Is it just going to be, for example, an odd lecture here, an odd lecture there, or is it a journey that they take you on in terms of the support? Will you get supported before Hajj? Will you get supported and built up through the journey to make sure that you've understood not just the physical aspects of Hajj, which most people will learn, and it's quite easy to learn, but also that journey the heart needs to take during the Hajj, the journey to Allah during the Hajj, and to make sure that that journey continues through the days of Hajj and then after Hajj as well, to make sure that that you have the maximum chance of an accepted Hajj, a Hajj that actually changes you and brings you back in a state which is better than when you left for Hajj, basically. So this is quite an important aspect. You find many packages which are out there, many groups which are out there that will just take you through the logistical journey, but you don't actually go through the actual journey that you're actually there for and maximize that time out there, basically. So these are quite important. I guess a question that you need to ask is, what is it that we want to get out of the Hajj? Is it, is it I want to fulfill this pillar and get it done with, or is it something that no, this is my opportunity for transformation. It's my opportunity to change, my opportunity to gain Jannah. By the way, people see it from both angles. People, do think, okay, look, I need to do Hajj. Allah's obligated on me. Let me just get it done. And others see it as no, this is my opportunity to make a journey to Allah, to His house, fulfill these commands, go with the full submission that Sheikh Farid spoke about, and come back in a way, which has changed me. So when we looked at the packages, we considered all three of them, and we've chosen two packages that we are looking to support this year. The main difference between them, so one of them is a longer package, one of them is a shorter package. This is the shorter package. This is our the Rawaf 162 Tilal 5-star package. This package will go from the UK to Mecca, and then you will stay in Mecca. We'll go to a hotel which is very close to the Haram, the Tilal Hotel. It used to be called the Shaza Hotel in Mecca. They've changed the name last year, and very close to the Haram. And you'll be there throughout the period of Hajj. So obviously you'll leave to go Hajj, stay in Mina, Arafah, etc. And you'll be there till after Hajj. And then after Hajj we go to Medina and we stay in the 5-star hotel, Harafiya Hotel, again, which is very close to the Haram, just behind the Haram. And we stay there after Hajj, for a few nights before coming back to the UK by Saudi Airlines. So this package we consider to be our kind of luxury package that we're offering. The price is going to be it's about £7,000 approximately, excluding flights, and then the flight prices will be added on afterwards. The flight prices for Saudi Airlines, you're looking at around the £2,000 mark. So this package will be around the £9,000 mark. It is a luxury package. It's considered to be what we call a non-shifting package, which means that you've got access to your hotel very close to the Haram throughout the days of Hajj, and you'll have that from when you arrive till when you leave to Medina. And then in Medina again, you've got your 5-star hotel there for you during that time. The package is 13 days, so 21st of May to the 3rd of June. And like I say, this is what we consider to be our luxury package. The second package that we'll be supporting this year is the Rawaf 4003 Tilal 5-star package. This package starts in Medina, so we'll go to Medina and we'll spend 3 nights or 4 nights in Medina, and that's a good time to be in Medina. One of the reasons why we chose this package is you're going to Medina very early, so it's before the rush kicks in and it gets busy. And this time, Medina is quite serene. It allows us to prepare for Hajj, get the lectures in, make sure that we do the ziyarah of Medina, get into the mode for Hajj. And then we come back to Mecca and we spend time close to the Haram initially. So we'll spend 4 days, 4 nights in close to the Haram, again in Tilal Hotel, so the same hotel as in the luxury package. And then after that, we go to a place which is close to Mina. Just before Hajj, a couple of days before Hajj, we'll go to a place close to Mina and we'll spend nights there preparing for Hajj, basically. And this is, a lot of people ask, okay, why is it that we're leaving the Haram and going away from the Haram at this time? And one of the points that one of the things that this allows is us to get into the preparation mode for Hajj. And I think this is very, very important. It allows us to have daily lectures. It allows us to really get into that mode. It also allows you to rest a bit because Hajj is quite physically tiresome. So it allows you to get your thoughts together, get your ideas, because you're building up to the pinnacle, which is the days of Hajj, basically. So this package allows us to go there, go away. With this package, one of the reasons why we chose it, and one of the key features of it is when you do go away from the Haram. And by the way, a lot of packages are shifting and they do go away from the Haram. Normally, people you're put into buildings, basically, not into actual hotels during them days. And so you'll find either one-star hotels or you'll find buildings which are not even starred basically. Most packages you'll find if you ask them, okay, what building, what hotel will I be in for them days when I'm not near the haram? They'll say it's a building or it's a one-star hotel. We will actually be in the Ibis Hotel, which is a nice hotel. It's a three, four-star hotel. I think it's a four-star hotel. And it's a nice hotel and it's very close to the Jamarat. So when you come down from the Jamarat during the days of Hajj, you'll be able to access that hotel. You'll have all your items there. You'll be able to go there. You'll be able to access your room, use the shower facilities there. And it's literally, I would say, probably an 8 to 10 minute walk from the Jamarat. Straight down from the Jamarat and not far at all. We used this hotel last year. And alhamdulillah, I actually stayed in the hotel during the days of Hajj or for the days of Hajj, and very accessible, very good facilities around it. You've got a masjid inside, that they utilize as a masjid, a place where they utilize as a masjid inside. There's the masjid right next door as well, very close, to the hotel. They've got restaurants around there, so good facilities available very close to the hotel, and the hotel itself is good. It's good room service, good cleaning, etc. And a lot of these buildings that they use, you don't get some of these facilities. You don't get access to cleaning of the rooms and so on a day-to-day basis. So actually this package becomes actually special because of this. Again, with this package, the price is around £5,500, and with the flight, you're looking at it going around the £7,500 mark. Slightly less than that is the pricing that we're looking at for this particular package. So this is a 19-day package with flies with Emirates. We'll stop in Dubai and both ways. And this is the Rawaf 403 Til Al 5-star package. So these are the two main packages that we'll be supporting this year, or that we're recommending for people to book on. If these packages don't meet your specific needs, so they're above budget, or they're too long or too short, or they're different. Rawaf actually have 16 different packages that are going from the UK that are available, will be available on Nusuk. And they range in price, they range in length, so you can have a look through them as well. One of the things that a lot of people have been asking is, okay, if I want to go on a shorter package, for example, a 10-day package, I can't get holidays, can I still get guided by the likes of Sheikh Fareed and Brother Zubair, Yunus, Shafiq? Can I still get your guidance and be with you? So what we say to them is, look, you'll be one of the Rawaf guides throughout with any of the packages that you book through Rawaf. And mashallah, we've met most of the guides. They're all good, mashallah, they'll all be there to support you. And then what we can do is speak to Rawaf and get you during the days of Mina to be with us in Mina, and during Arafah and Hajj, like during the days of Hajj, that we can get you allocated. If you use the code, so what will happen is once you've booked, Rawaf will ask you where did you hear about our packages, or who was it that you came through. And if you give this code, you'll see it throughout the presentation, the guidance code of RG5737. If you give that code, then we can speak to them and say, look, these and just email us that I'm on this package and I want to join you guys during the days of Hajj, and any other place where it's possible. And then we will try and facilitate that to the best of our ability, inshallah, to make sure that you're with us through the days of Hajj. And also, maybe if we are in Medina at the same time, your package is going to Medina at the same time, or Makkah at the same time, we can look at how we can facilitate you benefiting from the reminders and from the other aspects before and during Hajj, inshallah, with us, inshallah ta'ala. So that's the two main packages that we'll be supporting, but you've also got the option of the 16 other packages that you can look through and make sure that you're the one that suits you. We would recommend, like I said, if you've got the flexibility, we do recommend that you're with us all the way, so that we can guide you, take you, we'll meet you at the airport, we'll go together, we'll journey together, we'll have reminders throughout, on the aeroplanes, on the as we're traveling, when we're moving from one city to another, every aspect we build together, and we can get ready for the journey together, and inshallah complete the journey together, and finish off. We will be having daily reminders before Hajj, before we even leave for Hajj, before Hajj, while we're on the journey, and during Hajj and afterwards, to make sure that everyone is supported in the way that they need to be supported, inshallah ta'ala. So that's, I think, the two packages and the key elements of that, and we can answer any questions regarding that afterwards. So back to you.
Jazakallah khairan, Brother Yunus. Very informative. So, before I proceed with the package configuration and wallet run through, brothers and sisters, if you do have any questions, please do use the Q&A function that is within your Zoom app to submit any questions that you have, and we will have a dedicated Q&A session once we complete this final stage of the webinar, inshallah. So I will just share my other window, inshallah. If you just give me 10 seconds. Bismillah. Okay. Yunus, can you just confirm that you can see my window?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, brothers and sisters, once
just make it bigger, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So, brothers and sisters, once you have had your profile application verified, you should, once you log in, see a dashboard like this, which shows all of the stages that you've completed. And if you haven't already, there will be an option to then select your preferred category where, as we said earlier, you'll select luxury, standard, or premium. And then you'll have an opportunity to activate your eWallet, which I will touch upon very shortly. Just before we do that, this is where you would configure your package. So at the top of the window, there is an option to select packages or click packages. And there's an option here to either search for packages, or you can use the filter system here. In order to search the Rawaf packages, you must use uppercase letters, capital letters. So just simply as RAWAF, hit search, and then the system will present you with all of the packages that Rawaf are offering. And then, of course, the ones that we will be supporting fully are Rawaf 162, which shows up here. Now, as your packages are showing up, if you do see some that you like the look of, or you want to consider, you can simply click the heart icon and you can make it a preferred package, which you can refer to later, inshallah ta'ala. So that's the Rawaf 162 package that Brother Yunus spoke about, and the other package that Brother Yunus spoke about was Rawaf 403, and you can see then that's there as well. You can click it as a preferred package. I will do a brief run through of package Rawaf 162 just for the sake of demonstration, and Brother Yunus, please do jump in as and when you wish. So initially you're presented with basic details of the package, starting price in Saudi riyals, and the number of nights, and if it's a luxury package, or if it's a standard package, or if it's a premium package. You then just click the view details on the package details, and here you have all of the full information related to the packages. It's very detailed, mashallah, tabarakallah. I'm not going to go through all of the details now, of course, but it's got the dates, as mentioned, so the 21st of May to the 3rd of June, the number of nights, and then the details of the packages in both in Mecca and Medina, and the dates where you'll be staying at those hotels, the number of nights in each of the hotels, and what is included within the package itself. So, as expected, you've got everything there, most things there that are included with a green tick. What is not included is indicated either with a grey minus sign or a orange dollar sign, indicating that you just need to add it onto the package. For example, flights. So you initially presented a price that is excluding flights, and you can see all of the details, including package, catering, SIM card, etc., etc. There are then some details about the cancellation policy. The important date that is stated here is the 18th of April. Yeah. So if you did want to refund your booking for any reason, then if you do that within 72 hours of purchasing the package, which is before the 18th of April, then you're entitled to 100% refund, aside from any exchange rates changes that take place between when you first booked and if you did want to refund. And then it changes depending on if it's then within 72 hours of the 18th of April and then after the 18th of April. So do please read the cancellation policy in detail before proceeding. Make note of any important dates that you need to take note of. You can then go to the configure package option at the bottom of the page to then select further options. So there are two camps that are you'll be presented with as options to book to add to your package. In terms of the main difference between the camps, the Majal al-Kabsh camp is closer to the Jamarat, whereas compared to the Muaisim. But you'll find that most of the Hajjaj from UK, Europe, US will stay at the Muaisim camp. Just confirming that's the case, Brother Yunus, correct me if I'm wrong. Do you find that most people
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, so about 15% of the Hujjaj from the west will be in Major al-Kabsh and the rest will be in Muaisim. So what we normally recommend, although Major al-Kabsh is much closer to the Jamarat, maybe it's about a 15-minute walk to the Jamarat, rather than being an hour walk that Muaisim is. But your chances of booking with Al Muaisim are much higher because the allocation for Muaisim is much higher, basically. So and also you'll find that most of the mashayikh, most of the Western groups will be based in Al Muaisim. So we do recommend that if you're able to do that walk, or if you've got someone who can push you on a wheelchair and so on, then that you go for Al Muaisim. And the price is obviously lower as well. The price difference is, as you can see, one is 6,000, one is 10,000 riyal. So it's about almost £1,000 difference between the two camps that you'll be paying. So if with the Major Clubs you'll be paying £1,000 extra. With the Muaisim you'll be paying less. In terms of price. But both options are available for you, inshallah. Yep. On this package.
Okay.
Yeah, on this package. Yeah.
So I would select the Al Muaisim camp for the purpose of this example, inshallah. And if you wish to have more details about each camp, you can click the view details or the camp overview button there. And the breakdown of the costs are there for you to look at. I will then click next. And I'm then presented with the room options for both hotels in Mecca and Medina. So I'm let's say, for example, traveling as a single brother. So I'd like to book a quad room booking. So I will then select the quad room booking there, and then I will also select quad in the second hotel. If you are traveling as a couple or as a group of three, then this is where you will select additional room bookings for your group. So if you're traveling as a couple, then you click 2 from the options there. Because my Nusuk profile is only for myself, I'm only presented with the option of 1. But if I had another family member added to my account for 2 of us, then I would have been able to select 2 from the options here. So I can only choose 1 from the options. So I'm choosing 1 for the quadruple room in the Tilal Hotel, and the second one from the Al Harithiyah Hotel, inshallah. Then the cost is then updated. Then the initial cost that was stated at the beginning was 33,000 Saudi riyals. In the next stage, then there are options to add additional services. So if you are someone that does require a wheelchair, then you can select it here. It's of course free of charge, no additional cost for the wheelchair. And Adahi, this is the sacrifice, which is not available at this stage of the booking, but we will discuss this at a later webinar closer to the days of Hajj, inshallah ta'ala. Now, as when it loads, Bismillah, we will be presented the options for flights. Here we go. So, as Brother Yunus mentioned, some packages you'll find have flights associated with them, which does make it easier for the booking. And Brother Yunus, I'd like to maybe have you come in just to explain that the packages that come with recommended flights versus the ones that not, and when it comes to the day of booking, the implications of that.
Sure. So now there's two key things to consider here. One is this year the system's slightly different to last year. Last year initially packages had only pre-booked flights available on them, and afterwards in phase two, what they called phase two of bookings, they allowed people to book their own flight using still through Nusuk, but you're able to actually search for a flight and select a flight. This year, Nusuk have updated and said actually you can have both options available for every package that that you sell. Um, what happens is, so Rawaf, we have secured X number of flights with this package. As you can see, the flight details are there. You have the option to either select that flight, and as you can see, the price of the flight is around 11,000 riyals, just over 11,000 riyals. And then your flight is secured straight away. You've got your flight. Or alternatively, if you go down a bit, Zubair, please. Alternatively, you can select what's called a custom flight. A custom flight is where you actually there and there search for different flight options. You might choose the same dates, you might choose less, slightly lesser dates, and you select that flight, and you do your booking through that flight. The advantage of having the group flight is two key advantages. One is first and foremost, you'll be traveling with the group, so you'll have the guide with you throughout, meeting you at the airport in UK and traveling with you until you arrive in Jeddah and throughout the journey of Hajj. That's one big advantage. The second advantage is when it comes to the day of booking. So today you can configure using this group flight and you put the package into your basket. When it comes to booking day, that means you go in and you just press purchase and you've made your purchase. If you choose the second option, which is the custom flight, on that day, although you can select a flight now, after, I think it's 45 minutes or something, that flight actually gets nullified because the prices are constantly changing. It's a live system, so prices are constantly changing for the flights. So what happens is, on the day when you come to book, you will then have to research for the flight, confirm which one you want. The ones you might see today might not be available, most likely won't be available initially on that day. So you'll start searching for the flights and then select the flight that you want. Once you've selected a flight, you'll then go back to checkout, so go continue the process until you get to checkout, and then you'll check out your basket, you'll pay for your package. Now, in the UK on sales day, I think all the packages last year sold out within an hour and a bit, basically, and everyone's competing, and the system's logging people in, logging them out, halfway through. So what we say is, look, minimize the chances, or maximize the chances of you being able to purchase. And the way to do that is to go with the group flight, have it in your basket. If you get through to that stage, you press pay, you're done. You don't have to think twice about it. If you really can't, like, okay, I want to definitely come on your package and I need shorter dates, or I'm traveling from, for example, Manchester, and I definitely can't get down to London. It's going to be way too difficult. It just can't be done. Then, consider going for the custom flights. One thing I would say, look, if you search for custom flights now, they are cheaper. So, the pre-booked flights are, coming to around £2,000 mark, if not slightly more. If you look for a custom flight, you might find one for £1,200 or £1,300, but that's the current price. As we get closer to booking day, as the demand goes up on that day, the prices will automatically shoot up. It's like, when you're looking on Skyscanner, you're constantly looking, and what you find is, prices are changing. The more people that are looking, the prices will go up. It's, supply and demand, and, that all kicks in, and, prices go up. And also, it's reducing your chances of being able to, get through the checkout process quicker. So we do strongly recommend that you go for the pre-book flights. You'll get the support throughout. You'll, what flight you're going to be on if once purchase is done, and when you log in, you go to the checkout, you just press checkout. You don't worrying about having to search for a flight, pick the right flight, make that decision there and then, basically. So that's the two options that are available in regards to flights.
Rabbi Yunus. So, as Rabbi Yunus said, so these are the flight options available for this particular package, and you can see the flight details. We click the button there to see the further details. So, what time the stopover is, where it is, how long for, etc., and the flight numbers there. So, I will select the London to Jeddah flight, which returns Medina to London, and again hit continue. or hit next, and the price is updated there once you add the flight. And then you're presented with options in terms of transfers from the when you're arriving at the airport and returning as well. So you have an option for private car or package transportation. Again, if you'd like to be with the group and with the guides, us, then we recommend the package transportation. But the option of a private car is there if you wish, and the prices are there for the package transportation as well. All transportation between the Hajj sites are all included, as we mentioned previously, so you don't have to worry about that. The price is then updated again. And finally, you're presented with you have your names, the details of the accommodation, rooms, the camp that you've selected, the flights. It's a summary page essentially of your package configuration and what's included, and the reminder of the cancellation policy and the total price, which comes up to 40 with the flights as it stands. Today's price is 44,591 Saudi riyals, and you can hit save configuration, and that's now saved, and you can then see it's in your basket here. Yeah, and if you wish to start again, you can hit empty cart, or you can configure it further by clicking configure package. Now that you have a rough approximate as to how much you will need to spend on your package or packages, you can now top up your eWallet if you wish. And this is in your dashboard option here. And it's very, very straightforward. Alhamdulillah, they've made it very easy. You simply go to top up here, and you've got a few options here. Credit card, which is the one that we strongly recommend. It's the most efficient, the quickest one to do. There are other options like bank transfer, cash collection center, and there are some terms related there regarding those. For example, bank transfers can take up to 10 days to appear, potentially causing a delay in activation process. So we strongly recommend using your card. You type in the amount that you'd like to top up. So initially, maybe top up a smaller amount to just make sure that your card works fine. Maybe that's £50, £100. And you type in the amount in Saudi riyals. Yeah. So, it could be 500 riyals that you want to just test out. You click to agree to the processing fees. And then it's just a matter of clicking next. And the next stages are just really putting in your card number, your address, and it tops up instantly. You also get an email as a receipt that you can keep for your records. And that's really a brief run through of configuration of the packages and topping up the wallet. I will now pass on to, I think I'll go through the questions, inshallah.
I think we got one more slide.
Yes, sure. 1 second. Stop my.
With the topping up the e-wallet, just to mention that normally, the likes of Starling, Monzo, these give you the best rates. Obviously, you're paying into a Saudi account, so it will transfer into Saudi riyals. So I think that, just try and look for where you're getting the best rates, the least charges in terms of your in terms of your banking fees and so on. And also always start with the small amounts, because sometimes banks do, because it's an international transfer, so they do block off, sometimes block the card, or maybe just call, message the bank to let them know that you'll be making a transfer. Last year, like in 2024, Revolut was the main one that, people got best rates from. And then in 2025, Revolut stopped going through for some reason. And, they started returning people's money back after 3-4 days. So it's important that you just try the small amounts first, get moving, and then build up to the amount. The second thing in regards to eWallet is, if you're considering multiple packages, so if what we do recommend to people is have a strategy of different packages that, okay, my ideal package is package 1. And if I can't buy that, for example, it sells out before I'm able to, or yeah, which is one of the potential things that could happen, then we go for package two. But if package two is more expensive than package one, then top up to the highest value of your package. So on that day, when sales comes through, you're not thinking about topping up your wallet more, like, oh, I need to top it up again. Have the right amount in. There is a fee of 2.5% banking fee that if they when they refund your money. So even if you managed to buy package one, which was cheaper, and you've got, for example, £500 left in your eWallet, when you ask for it back, there is a 2.5% fee, that the banking fee that they take, from it. And even if you're not able to purchase, when you do get your money back, when you ask for a refund, they do have that fee as well, about 2.5%. So just something to consider and to keep in mind, that's something, that does happen.
Mhm. And but then it's also worth mentioning, yes, this is all for Hajj and a good cause, but be vigilant. Unfortunately, there are people that may try and take advantage. So Nusuk, Rawaf will never call you to take any payment or request any payment details. So please be very vigilant. And if you have any doubts whatsoever, again, please do reach out to us and we can check things for you, inshallah. Just some considerations before we go to Q&A. Of course, goes without saying, please continue to make dua. As we mentioned throughout this whole process, we all need the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in all of our affairs. So ensure that you're continuously making dua. And as Shafali said, don't be so caught up in, the rush of packages and details without looking at yourself as well. Remember, consider why you are going. Always renew your intentions and maximize your reward, inshallah ta'ala. Consider what you want to get out of Hajj. Really reflect on this about yourself and why you are taking this blessed journey, and we'll cover the next steps. So the next steps we expect, and Yunus, correct me if I'm wrong, the packages to be released at the first week of February. But before that, make sure that your NUS account is verified, that your packages are pre-configured, that you have your eWallet fully topped up, you've selected your preferred Rawaf packages, and you wait for sales day, which at the moment is penciled in for the 4th of February. We will, of course, closer to the time, keep you updated if that changes, but do make a note of that, the 4th of February. That is the penciled in date for packages to be released, inshallah.
Yeah.
And finally, we are here, as always, to help you throughout the whole process. We have, mashallah, tabarakallah, a team of experienced brothers and mashayikh. So please do reach out to us for any question that you have. Our main two areas of focus, as always, are to make this Hajj process of yours and your journey spiritually uplifting, and secondly, to make it smooth logistically, make it as smooth as possible, inshallah ta'ala. We offer private one-to-one calls should you require any further support for you and your family. So, for example, if you are doing a group booking, you can all join on a private call with us if you wish to have further support. And our telephone number and email address is there should you wish to contact us directly, inshallah. And we'll now open the floor to questions, inshallah ta'ala. I will just load up the questions that have been asked. Right, so many questions, mashallah, tabarakallah. Why there are some packages from UK that doesn't have group flight, even there are no custom flight available in the day or few days after?
Yeah, they're still uploading flight packages. So not all packages will have already been uploaded with flights, etc. So just bear with the system. They're still going through the process of uploading packages and getting them ready. And so some flights haven't been uploaded yet. So just bear with it. Inshallah, they will be uploaded in the upcoming days. Definitely before the 4th of February. The packages will be ready, inshallah ta'ala, because it goes through a process where the like Rawaf will submit it, then Nusuk checks it, verifies everything, and then they upload it onto their system. And obviously they're dealing with 11 companies from Saudi Arabia, so all 11 of them are submitting packages, so it just goes through a process. It'll take time, inshallah, but it'll come. The packages will be there and they'll be available, inshallah, with the
Mhm.
flights.
When is it confirmed that we will be going from the process point of view? Is it after we have bought the package?
That's correct. Yes. As soon as you've put like on the 4th of February or whenever that date comes where purchase comes, we'll be here to support you. We'll be with you on that day. And as soon as you're able to log in and press purchase, inshallah, before the quota runs out, you will be able to, and as soon as you get your confirmation, khalas, you are then, booked to go Hajj for this year, inshallah. And then the process after that is quite simple. Nusuk will provide you with a visa. Rawaf will upload your tickets and you'll receive your tickets and your other information, and we'll start the daily webinars and seminars to get you prepared for Hajj, inshallah ta'ala. Yeah.
So, um, are on the packages that we presented, are there options for twin bookings or double bookings?
Yeah, so you've seen on one of the packages that you've got in the Tilal Hotel the option to book the double directly, on the system. What we do is we recommend what we say to people, and what we did last year was book on, if you don't see it there, for example, because the doubles actually go the quickest and the twins actually go the quickest. So book on a quad, and then what we'll do is what Raf will work with you to speak to the hotels and try and get you upgraded. They'll tell you the price, and then if what the hotel's got available, and they will get you upgraded. And last year, I think every single package that requested an upgrade, and paid the money, then they were upgraded basically. So it shouldn't be a problem, inshallah ta'ala.
If those packages don't work for us, as in the packages that we have mentioned, would you be able to recommend what dates you'd like us to stick to be able to have the opportunity to join along with Rihlat and Sheikh Khalid?
Sure. So what we would say is make sure you're within, so look at the package dates, around the 21st of May on to, till I think it's the 3rd of June, or, within them dates is the dates that we're going to be there. We would say, because if you book with another provider, so for example, not Rawaf and not on the Rawaf package, then you're in total different camps. You're actually in total different system to, what we'll be in. Then it'll be very difficult for us to provide any kind of support. But if you're within the Rawaf's ecosystem, then definitely we'll find ways to, support you, inshallah, throughout the journey. Yeah.
If you book the Al Kabsh camp but don't get allocation, are you then automatically allocated to Al Muaisim camp?
No, so it's the same as with the configured flights, where you'll have to go back into your package, select the other, option, and then re-put your package into the basket and, check out. So you have to go through that process. Yeah.
Could I please ask, with the shifting packages, how far is the hotel from Haram, and how would we go back and forth from the hotel to Makkah,
Good.
etc.?
So with the Medina hotel, it's literally in front of the Haram. You walk out the hotel and you're in front of the Haram. So very, very close. We stayed there last year. With the Makkah hotel, when you arrive in Makkah initially, again, it's very close to the Haram. It's just literally 5 minutes walk from the Haram. So it's you come out of the hotel, you're in front of the Haram, although you have to walk around to get to the gates of the Haram. When we go to the Ibis hotel, then this is very close to Mina, and during them days we'll be going to Mina. But the Saudi government, what they do is during them days of Hajj, so not before Hajj, but as soon as Hajj starts, they actually provide a free bus service that goes from literally about probably a 5 6 minute walk from the Ibis Hotel to the Haram, and that bus service is actually, you could say, like on a bus route where no cars are allowed. So literally within 10 15 minutes, you're in the Haram. You go on the bus, you queue up, you go on the bus, and they've got buses just going back and forward, back and forward, back and forward constantly throughout the days of Hajj, and I believe even a day or two after Hajj as well. So very easy, and it drops you off, and then even when you come back, you'll literally get on the bus and it'll bring you back to the hotel, or just 5 minutes walk from the hotel, inshallah.
Um, when it says credit card, what do you mean by this? Is it a debit card, or are you allowed to actually use a credit card?
I think you can use any card. I'm not sure about Amex and these ones, but you can use any card. But normally, I think the best rates you'll get and the safest thing, Islamically is probably to use your debit card, and yeah, utilize your debit card, I'd say, yeah.
What is the transport method from Medina to Mecca with the group? Is it car, train?
Yeah, so Rawaf have told us that it's going to be by train, but subject to timetable allocations because the train companies haven't allocated the seats or like the bookings yet. So last year, I think all the Hujjaj who were Rawaf traveled by train, and that should be the case again this year. But just because of this one caveat that last year they received the confirmation of the timings very late, and so if that for example they can't provide on the day that we're traveling, then it will switch back to coach. But the norm is by train that we'll be traveling back by the Haramain trains, inshallah. We'll be traveling there and back. So they did ask us just to put that caveat in just to that the norm is by trains, but there's a potential that if there's a problem, then we'll switch to coach, inshallah.
Right. Will the Mashayikh be present for the two packages that we presented?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, and we're hoping to have other mashayikh also join, inshallah ta'ala, throughout the Hajj.
Can you talk about the cleanliness of toilets between the two camps?
To be honest with you, the before the Mu'asim camps, used to be very poor. But last year, actually, they got a huge upgrade, and most of the toilets now are what we call Western toilets, which was very surprising. And they've all been tiled, and so there wasn't much difference between the two last year. There wasn't much difference between the two last year. We had Hujjaj in both camps, in Qabsh and also in Muaisim. And in terms of the difference in terms of the cleanliness, there wasn't much difference between the two last year.
Hmm. Um, once a package, one package can only be saved in the basket. So during purchase day, I need to empty the basket every time and configure another package time all the way.
Yeah, so what we recommend is you'll configure one package. That will be your, first choice package. You'll have that in your basket. You'll put it in as soon as possible. So, now you'll be ready. You'll have it in your basket. We'll recommend, a couple of days before, just go in again, just check, make sure that it's still in the basket, everything's okay. And then you'd have, when you mentioned Zubair about preferring a number of other packages. So you'll have your preferred packages. So when you log on to Nusuk on that day, if that package is sold out, and by the way, the packages we've chosen, we've looked at packages where they've got Rawaf have given good allocations, so that's one of the reasons why we've chosen these packages. And so again, two key things here. So Rawaf have got the biggest allocation, and so that means they will have the most packages for sale on that day. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing a overall Hajj supplier, and we've chosen packages with good allocation. So that way, maximizes your chances in booking a package basically on that day. But if for whatever reason, the packages get sold out, you'll go to your preferred packages. You'll see an option on the left. You click that, click configure, go through the process, add it to your basket, and purchase that package. Inshallah ta'ala.
We are going as a couple. Please advise if we have a better chance of booking quad over a double room. Inshallah, if you manage to secure a quad booking, can we switch to a double?
Yeah, so like I mentioned last year, we did recommend to people, look, just book on the quad, and afterwards we'll tell you the price difference, and then you can change that to inshallah I'll be able to change that to double. We always put the caveat that we can't guarantee it because that's it's just the nature of Hajj, the nature of everything that's there. But we will inshallah. Last year, like I said, everyone who requested it were and paid the money was paid the upgrade fee, were able to upgrade and get what they requested, basically, inshallah. Yeah. And yeah.
Wait, are there any arrangements we have to do on our own, or is everything covered in your packages, for example, transport or the hair?
Yeah, so transport, for end to end is covered. The main two things that are not covered. One is udhiya. We will speak about that before. That will be an additional cost that you'll be given the option. There's a number of ways that you can do your sacrifice. You can do it through the government system. You can do it through Nusuk. There's other providers out there, and we will give an option as well. So you can choose which option works for you and is best for you, and you can do that. And the second thing is obviously spending money. So the packages come with the hotels have breakfast and dinner. They don't have lunch. So if you are going to spend money on lunch or if you need to get lunch, during the days of Hajj, it's full board. So you'll get breakfast, lunch, dinner, plus there's plenty of snacks and drinks and ice cream and everything else available for you throughout the days of Hajj in Mina and also in Arafah. And yeah, so that's the two main things that are not covered. One is the udhiya, and the second one is if you want to spend additional money on shopping or extra food during the hotel days.
Sharon, there's a lot of questions here that are related to the packages. Maybe if we, Yunus, can we possibly just quickly go over those packages for a couple of minutes before we close?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll end it there, inshallah. I'm just going to get packages. So yeah, brothers and sisters, for those that maybe joined late, these are the two packages. This is the first package, right, Brother Yunus?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so this is the Rawaf 162 Tilal 5-star. It starts in Mecca, so we go from the UK, go to Jeddah, and from Jeddah we'll go straight to Mecca. This is what was called a non-shifting package, which means that in Mecca you're in one hotel throughout your stay in Mecca. It's a luxury package. The price actually says 7,093, but it's actually the price of the package is going to be with flights is going to be less than £9,000, inshallah. So, and by the way, one good thing that happened this year is that the prices of packages actually went down. So this package last year was near £10,000, and this year it's gone down to about 9,000 with flights, basically. So alhamdulillah, that's a core kind of advantage, a big advantage this year. Alhamdulillah, the providers have managed to Rawaf have worked hard to try and get the prices down and make sure that packages are becoming more affordable for the Hujjaj. Very good package. You're in Mecca for a long period. You'll have your hotel available throughout the days of Hajj. So when you do come to make a tawaf and your sa'i, you'll be able to go to your hotel, utilize the facilities there, utilize the room, make sure, and then after Hajj, we'll go to Medina again, which is a quieter period. You'll go to Medina and have a few relaxed days before flying out from Medina. So you're not coming back to Jeddah to, catch a flight from Medina Airport, which is very close to the Haram, to central Medina where the Haram is. It's a nice package. And it gives, and it's shorter as well, so it's 13 days. So those people who are looking for a bit shorter, this is a good option. Last year we did have a 10-day package, but people find it too short. Like you're spending £9,000 or less than around £9,000, and as soon as Hajj finishes, you're kind of hopping back to the UK. Doesn't give you that time to just finish off and enjoy that time after Hajj to make the most of it. And this package is our, Rawaf 403. This is a shifting package. So that means in Mecca you have two hotels. But initially you start off in Medina. You start off at the Miskatch Hotel, very nice hotel right in front of the Haram. Literally, you walk out and you're in the Haram. And you're there for 4 nights, for 4 days. And then you go to Mecca. In Mecca, you're initially in the Tilal Hotel, so the same hotel as the luxury package. You're there again for 4 nights, and then after that, we head to Ibis Hotel. And like I said, brothers and sisters, key thing. So with the Ibis Hotel, two key things. One, it's a hotel. It's a nice hotel. It's a 4-star hotel. It provides breakfast and dinner again. Good service, good quality food. The rooms are serviced. Most packages that you'll find in this stage when they're shifting packages, don't provide a hotel in Mecca. And also the second thing is very close to Mina. It's very, very close to Mina, so you'll have the opportunity during the days of Hajj, as soon as you finish Jamarat, to come down to the hotel, utilize the shower facilities, make sure that you'll have access to your room, and then you can head back to Mina as you want to. This one is with Emirates. This package is with Emirates, and this package again, I believe the price is around the £7,000 mark with flights, basically. So again, it's much cheaper than last year. The similar kind of packages were, above the £8,000 mark. So alhamdulillah, it's a very, very good price that you're getting, inshallah.
Jazakallah khairan, Brother Yunus. I'm just conscious of time. We've run over by 20 minutes. Brothers and sisters, we have tried to answer as many of your questions as possible. Please forgive us that we weren't able to answer all of the questions, but we will be holding more of these surgery type sessions to answer any questions that you have on a more regular basis as we get closer to the booking day of the beginning of Feb. So please do keep in touch and stay. We put the link to our WhatsApp community in the chat. So if you're not already part of it, please do join. And so that you're up to date with our next webinars, which we plan to do at least one a week, maybe more, inshallah, by Allah's tawfiq. Just before we conclude, Brother Shafiq would just like to say a brief remark, inshallah.
Jazakallah khairan, Zubair. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Just a quick remark to help everybody. I would recommend over the next couple of days to replay the webinar to get familiar with the package, as Sheikh Yunus has showed us the packages. We will spend some time in the following webinars to look at the hotel probably a bit more detail, do some deep dives into the packages itself. But for the time being, as you've got access to your nusuk and hopefully everybody's all uploaded their documents and have got everything sorted, do get used to am I still on? Do get used to playing around with nusuk and getting your package configured. Do get familiar. I mean, right now it looks like it's working seamlessly. It's working very easily. But when it comes to the day itself, it will be, last year from experience, it was a little bit glitchy and you're trying to figure out things and as you go along. So, and I think, Yunus, if I'm right in saying, on the day of the sales process itself, the sales day, they actually cleared all the packages. So you had to reconfigure it that morning itself.
That's right. Yeah, just before, so we'll go, yeah, and we'll take people through that journey. We'll the few days building up to the sales day, and on sales day from that, we'll be with you constantly. We'll ask you to log on to, a webinar where and as we're getting live information, we'll be, giving it to you, making sure that you're ready and, everyone's prepared to to meet that sales day. And also, I know there's a lot of questions in the Q&A, and what I would recommend, brothers and sisters, and this is one of the key things that we're trying to provide for people is, if you've got many questions, you're not sure what you want to do, book the one-to-one consultation. Just get in touch with us. We'll have the one-to-one consultation with you, go through the packages, go through the details with you, and much more. If you answer all your questions, we've got no problems with doing that. We can spend more time with you. Also, we are going to be opening up a secondary support group that is specific for those people that are looking to travel this year, because the current support group that we've got is much wider, but we'll provide a secondary support group which will be for those people who are looking to travel with us this year. We're there. We'll constantly going back answering questions on the go through through that support group as well. But like I say, I think the best thing, if you're not sure, you got questions, you want to just get some kind of answers, feel free to ask for the one-to-one consultation, and we're happy to to do that with you, go through any details that you want, and take you through that journey and making the right choice. That's what we're here for. It's not about money. It's not about our job is to help you get the best out of your Hajj, inshallah, and to make the most out of your Hajj. And that's what we're trying to do. So anything that you're not sure about, we're happy to help you and to make sure that we assist you with that, inshallah ta'ala.
Jazakumullah khairan, Brother Yunus. And with that being said, my respected brothers and sisters, we will conclude there, inshallah. We appreciate all of your time. It's been an honor hosting you all today. And we will definitely see you again all soon. And again, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're here to help, inshallah. Barakallahu feekum, jazakallah khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.